Okay, is it gonna work? Bloop, bloop, bloop. Video so bad, can't even see me move. Okay, I guess, oh my god, my video is just never gonna get better, is it? I feel like it gets worse every week, and it's just awful. Anyway, so today is October 17th, it is Thursday, thank fucking god. So hello to all of my friends, loved ones, and acquaintances, all three of you that watch these videos. I'm sure it's more, but it feels like 3 people. Anyway, so today's Thursday, and I'm so glad it's Thursday because I feel like I've been waiting so long to have like an outlet to talk, just in general, and not to anyone in particular, because I just feel like I need to like talk through some shit. But my week has been okay. Just a heads up, this video is pretty much going to be revolving my emotions that I've experienced in the last week, because currently I'm going through a situation right now that, I don't know, like, I'm going through a situation and I wasn't really paying much attention to any changes that have happened since last Thursday and today. And like, you know, I would try to be less vague about it, but I'm trying to just, you know, work through this myself, because in the past, in similar situations, you know I've leaned a lot on other people, and I don't want to do that. You know, this is time for me. So anyway, yeah, but if I can think of any changes really quick before I move on to emotions. I can't think of any, so if I do, I'll mention them later. But yeah, so I'm going through an emotional time right now, a situation that's pretty emotional for me. And you know, I know that it's... I'm not even going to get into that right now. But the situation has been calling a lot, not calling, but I've had the need to cry semi-often in the last 7 days. And before pre-testosterone, I was not really an upset crier. I hardly ever would cry when I was upset, just because I don't know, I never got upset enough to cry, or I normally talked myself out of it. I was more of like an overwhelmed crier, like a happy crier. You know, like I'd watch a movie and something really positive would happen for a character, or somebody would be really nice to somebody else, and I would just tear up, and I'd be like, that's so beautiful. So I've always been that way, you know, I've always been kind of emotional, and I love that about myself. You know, I'm not, like, I don't see it as feminine, I just see it as, like, you know, I'm a little, I don't know, I just am a little more touched by things, kind of. But anyway, so I've had to cry, you know, a few times in the last week, and it's been okay. Like, I'm glad that I'm at a point in my transition where I still can cry, you know, because I know a lot of people can't cry after a certain point. Like, they just feel the pressure, but they can't actually get themselves to cry. But luckily, you know, I would feel the pressure in my nose and in my eyes, but I would just kind of, like, start to laugh. Not really laugh, but kind of, like, do that, like, heaving breath kind of motion with my chest, which would start, like, the, you know, mild, sorry for my video, mild sobbing. So I'm so glad that I'm still at a place where I can get that out, because, I don't know, I just feel like I'd feel differently if I wasn't able to do that. Yeah, so, I don't know, I'm in an interesting place, I think, right now. And I would be less vague about it. I don't really want to, like, get too much in detail, but it's nothing, you know, it's unfortunate, but I know that it's for the best, and I know that, you know, everything happens for a reason, and I'm going to work through this time myself, and, you know, I'm going to focus on me, because I am important, and I'm going to try to, you know, be an adult about this, and really, like, get my shit together, even though, you know, it sucks, and especially because I'm at a place where I don't have the support system that I thought that I was going to have throughout my transition, or at least, I don't have the same support system that I had, when I first started testosterone. So it's kind of difficult because I think I was relying on that too much. I was getting too comfortable in that, and it's not like it's that difficult to transition, without having a certain kind of support system, but it's definitely, it's a hard change to, I don't know, like, have it and then not, like, currently have it. But I think it's, even though it's difficult right now, I think it's good for me because this is a really important time in my life, and this is, oops, I hit that too hard. Smash! I'm so strong. I'm going through a really important time in my life right now, and this is, the time, like, in my transition, this is the time when a lot of things, kind of start to change. So, I don't know. I'm bummed, but I know that everything's worth it, and I have nothing but positive hopes, and for myself, and for the situation, and I think it's a good time to kind of, like, figure out, I don't know, figure out me, and spend some time with myself. Yeah. I think I need to focus on myself a little bit. It's a good time to, like, I don't know, I feel like I keep saying the same thing. I feel like that all the time. This is mostly for me, I'm talking to myself right now, and I keep trying to tell myself that, it is worth it, and it is, of course it's worth it, I know it's worth it. But, I keep trying to tell myself that, like, it is important for me to, like, be better for myself. Especially in this time, especially to support myself and, like, become, a better man, because I don't always treat myself right, and I can't, like, I can't expect other people to make sure that I treat myself right, So, I don't know. It's tough, but it's just, I don't know. It's something that everybody's got to go through. So, I wish that it were easier, but I'm sure it'll get easier. It's been an emotional week, and I haven't had a lot of time to, really get my emotions, or not get my emotions, but focus on my changes. Yeah. It's okay, I'm 6 weeks on testosterone today, and I'm very proud of myself. And yeah, I don't know. It's a weird week. I feel like I'll have more to say regarding changes next week. Next week is 7 weeks, so thanks for stopping by. I feel like my face, if we're gonna talk about something other than, like, my big boy feelings, I feel like my face is, I feel like I'm kind of at that, like, not that I wasn't, like, at a chubby face before, but I feel like my face kind of slimmed out, and then I've gotten back to that, like, prepubescent, like, chubby face stage that some guys go through around the 2 months mark, but I'm only a month and a half, so maybe not. Oh, also, don't forget to mention, Tuesday night I started my second cycle since being on testosterone. The first cycle I had was during my second week. It was like a few days after my second shot. Right? First shot. No. A few days. No. I guess it was a few days after my second shot. So yes, that sucks, because I was kind of hoping that, you know, I would just bypass it, because before my cycles were really irregular. But I am not that lucky, it seems. So clearly I'm not that lucky. So yeah, so I'm doing that right now. It's whatever. I'm gonna go make a sandwich, because I have eaten nothing but some cereal and a banana all day, and I've lost, let's see, 4 pounds in the last week, which I know is not good. It's not, like, terrible, but, you know, like, I'm like going through puberty, and it's important for me to, like, supply my body with all those things that it would need during puberty, and, you know, like, teenage dudes eat so much when they go through puberty, so I'm trying to take care of myself, you know what I mean? So yeah, this video's hella long. That's what you get when you talk about feelings. Thanks for watching. Hopefully next week I will have more to talk about. It's not just all about me. Thanks.